Well, this is a tragedy that both the UK and French authorities had been warning was inevitable because of the model that the people smugglers have adopted of pushing these migrants out in small boats in increasingly adverse weather conditions to try to get across to the UK. We are, of course, approaching the winter months. It was a slightly calmer day in the Channel. It's never ideal, though, in the Channel. We've had a few days of windy weather, and it was still quite choppy when I was out there with Nigel Farage earlier today, and we came across a migrant boat that had been heading from Calais to the UK. 22 people on board, Iraqis and Iranians. The rescue services came and picked them up. But further towards Calais, another event was unfolding, very tragic and very significant, with the capsizing of another migrant boat. Now, the numbers have been varying throughout the last hour. It was initially thought that 5 people may have drowned. Then authorities have been quoted by French news agencies as saying 24 people have lost their lives. But the very latest from Natasha Bouchard, who is the mayor of Calais, is that 27 people have died. Now, if that is true, once all of the details are known, then that is just an incredible loss of life, a terrible tragedy. As I say, something that Priti Patel in particular had warned about as she tried over many occasions to get that message across that it was not worth making this perilous journey, that you could well be putting your lives at risk. Now, the Home Secretary, I understand, is going to be involved in a COBRA meeting. The Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, has called that urgent crisis cabinet meeting, COBRA, to talk about the events that are still unfolding in the Channel off the French coast. It is not just a French maritime operation. The British are involved with border force and other maritime assets that have been sent to help in what is still a search and rescue operation for anyone else in the water, although I have to say, this long in the water, the chances of anyone really surviving are remote, to say the least. We saw with the boat that came across into British waters earlier with Nigel Farage and myself speaking to those on board. They held up a young child, said that that child had succumbed to the cold. They required emergency assistance. I mean, they were clearly cold, but they also know that the people smugglers have told them that when you come into UK waters, you tell the rescue services that you're taking on water, that someone has fallen in the water, that people are suffering from hypothermia, to ensure that the lifeboat, the border force, that the Coast Guard helicopter come out and pick you up and take you to the UK. Well, of course, this incident unfolding off Calais, they never got the chance to phone anybody. They never made it to British waters. The weather conditions ensured, and perhaps the fact that this boat may well have been overcrowded. The one we saw today was certainly packed to the gunwales. It may well have been overcrowded if we're talking about 27 people who the Mayor of Calais believes to have died, and still search and rescue underway this evening to try and find any other people that may have been pushed into the water.